Yo, what's up YouTubers? As you can see, I'm at a bounty inn. This is Life of Adventure Aspie. We're outside at the moment going for a Manawatu Gorge Walk. As you know, I've been travelling out and about, so I'm with FireTheLier again today, so if he wants to show his face somehow.
What up guys?
Anyway, hopefully we'll take you guys on a journey right now, so sit tight and I'll give you an update of how we're going.
And as you can see, some of the scenery. You will be seeing so much more of it later on.
More lush green scenery.
Welcome back YouTubers to my channel. As you can see, basically as illustrated on the map at this point of time, well, FireTheLier and myself were going through this trek. Pretty much there were two alternative routes that we were taking obviously at this point of time. So there were two options for us both to decide on at this point of time, which I'll be discussing and leading you through this tour, even though hopefully I'm not going to mislead you in the wrong direction here, haha. Anyway, the first alternative option was basically, from what we could see from the map that FireTheLier and I were reading from, was the Manawatu Gorge track, which obviously this will obviously make us walk through the native bushlands and enjoying the scenic views and experiencing the native wildlife only a short distance from Palmerston North, where I'm located. We can start the trek from either the Woodville or Ashhurst end, pretty much as you're coming into those distances, but just to be in mind to use caution when walking around certain sections of the tracks from Ashhurst carpark between State Highway 3 and the river. Be aware of the sharp drop off to the river also. However, from either end the track climbs steadily and steeply in certain places before leveling out for a spell high above the gorge. 5 viewpoints along the way gives out spectacular views of the river, road, railway reserve and turbines at nearby wind farms, as I clearly illustrated later on in the piece, well, if you're following me right through to this video. After climbing up from the Woodville end of the track there, the Upper Gorge Bridge track gives an alternate route back down to State Highway 3. This will then return the track, which will take between an hour and 30 minutes to about approximately 2 hours for us to trek on. Transport may be needed to be arranged, as this track finishes at a different place from the very beginning where you first started off the route. If you choose to walk an hour, you can turn around and come out the same way, which is recommended that you start from the Ashhurst western end of the gorge track there. A shorter 4 kilometre loop option is available at the western end of this track. Just to be a note though, however, there is no footpath along the state highway and there are limited parking space, however, so be in mind to keep a lookout for particular parking spots, so to speak. Getting there, however, the Manawatu Gorge track is located approximately 12 kilometres east, 20 minutes drive from Palmerston North, adjacent to State Highway 3. Your access to the track, well, obviously the directions to get there is from the west side of Palmerston North. Ashhurst end is obviously from the car park on the left side of the road immediately before the gorge entrance as you're coming in. From the east, Woodville end is from the Balance Gorge Road just across the Balance Bridge. In the nature and conservation side of things, the track passes through a unique landscape of steep grey rocky ranges covered in native vegetation. This type vegetation is mainly tawa and portercup forests, but also has a significant number of broad-leaved trees. What makes this place or forest so unusual is the predominance of the giant maidenhair fern. This fern is only found in the Manawatu in New Zealand. Naiku palms are here in abundance, giving a tropical touch to the tracks that you may follow through as you're trekking through the track here. Just something to let you guys know while you're going through this track is that the Manawatu Gorge track is not a loop track. However, walkers will require transport at both ends of the track. If you are using 2 cars, park one at the Woodville end and leave the other in the car park at the Ashhurst end. It only takes about 10 minutes extra driving, however. Next but not least is the last alternative route, which is the Manawatu Gorge Loop. Note, when going through this first section of track between State Highway 3 and river, just to use with caution. Be aware of the sharp drop off to the river's mouth there. It's obviously a 4.1 kilometre loop track starting at the Ashhurst end of the Manawatu Gorge Scenic Reserve, caters for those who want to get their heart rate up and walk for under 2 hours without having to follow the same route they went in. The tour loop branches off the main track about 500 metres into the walk, meandering up and around the southern edge of the reserve. So there are some stunning views across Palmerston North that can be had from a lookout about halfway round, which I illustrated and later in the piece. The track usually eventually heads along the NZTA accessway until it meets up with the original Manawatu Gorge track. At this junction, however, walkers can view a carving of Whataunga. They can either turn right to continue on towards the eastern end of the track, go straight ahead to venture down to the big slip lookout built by the NZTA, or turn left and head back down to the main track to the Ashhurst carpark, which therefore I, from memory, FireTheLier and myself obviously was using this route. Getting there, however, the track starts at the western end of the Manawatu Gorge track. The Manawatu Gorge track is located approximately 12 kilometres east of Palmerston North, adjacent to State Highway 3. Just to bear in mind also, access to the track from the West Palmerston North Ashhurst end is from the car park on the left side of the road immediately before the gorge entrance, which obviously, again, as illustrated, if you've been following me, is what's shown. Well, this basically ends the first part of the journey of Are You Ready? The walk to the Manawatu Gorge track there. Sit tight and I'll be back with you shortly and later on in the piece. Thanks.
We're in the beautiful luscious scenery, obviously, right behind us here in this gorge walk. Some of the tranquil waters. Even though it's not deep enough to obviously go for a swim, but it might be good enough probably to fish over, blank.
Maybe a doggy paddle as well.
Maybe that as well. So we'll have to see where this will lead us in this part of the bushwalk. Until next time, sit tight. I'm gonna bear hunt. We're not scared. We're not scared. Obviously we climbed up some stairwells basically. And look what I found, my friendly little friends. It's like, oh my gosh. My long lost friend has returned for Aspie, pretty much.
Yep, the old grandpa walking stick.
Grandpa walking stick, right.
Or grandma, I should say.
Yeah, that's more like another grandma. I'm going grey and I'm aging right now.
Oh no.
Oh no. Fire might have to carry me through. Walking.
Oh, here we go guys. Move it! Oh, there, she's moving her ass. Keep it going, girl, keep it going.
Fire obviously relieved that we made it to one point, and he's moonwalking. Alright, as you can see behind you, or in front of you I should say, correction, is a scenery of White Horse Rapids. Over in the far distance, even though I can't get a clear view on the hills, there is the turbines, pretty much. And obviously some more green forestry behind me. Don't know what Fire wants to say. Alright, anyway. Looky guys, look what I've found. Someone's left behind a little hole. Is there something in there? I wonder what the leprechaun has left me. We'll have to find out, obviously.
What? Hey? What's that? Who left a freaking pot of gold there?
Who knows?
Oh, I think I might take that tonight. Might be rich. Woohoo!
Well, this ends basically the end of the trip of the Manawatu Gorge Walk. Are you ready with FireTheLier? Obviously, as he was journeying with me with this. Give me the like for thumbs up for support and for engagement. Comment below if you feel the need or have to just let me know what you guys been up to. Feel free to also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Feel free to follow me on my social media sites that will be linked in the description below. So no further ado, share the videos around as well, and also do what you love what you do. Until next time, Aspie signing out. Have a great evening.